This week on football, Goalposts TV goes viral. It's controversial, but Gareth Bale's season. 15-year-old makes his Milan debut.
A moment of history. Francesco Camarda up from the Primavera.
Vardy punches himself in the face.
On the outside, Vardy at the back post, again. Huge chance for Leicester City once more.
Greenwood scores a rocket. Sea Cucumber or Gary Neville.
Oh, he could be in a bit of trouble.
And Garnacho scores a wonder goal.
Tell me stories of all that are great. Cherish these days before it's too late. If you could turn around yourself.
Welcome to this episode of Goalposts for Jumpers. Again, yes, it's me, Alex. We are on episode 59. 59 episodes, still going strong. By strong, I mean 4 views. Right, this week's episode, let's get it off to a start with not a quiz question, more of a football challenge. This football challenge is so frustrating and a lot harder than it looks. Basically, take your time with this, but this challenge is to create a world-class 11 of players, but you can only use the club once and the country once. Sounds easier than it is. So, for example, Steven Gerrard, I can then no longer put any more Liverpool players in or any English players in. And you've got to create a world-class 11, the strongest 11. I've done mine. Take your time with yours. But I've put it right at the end of the episode, so I'll show you my world-class 11 at the end of the show. Right, coming up this week, guys, we have got a Two Lies and a Truth. Team of the Week is back. We are going to be reviewing your TikTok submissions. But first, in light of that unbelievable goal from Alejandro Garnacho, I've decided to make a list. And that list is of the best goals I've ever seen. So the question is, was that goal from Garnacho the best goal you've ever seen? If not, who? Here are my 10 best goals I've ever seen. At 10, we've got Hurricane Hakan. That's Çalhanoğlu's goal against Dortmund. We've got number 9, Not Just Jack. That's Wilshere's goal against Norwich. At 8, I've got Ridiculous Ramsey. That's Ramsey's goal against Galatasaray. At 7, I've got Derby Rooney. That's Wayne Rooney against City. At 6, I've got Match Winner Zidane. That's Zinedine Zidane's goal against Leverkusen. At 5, Audacious Ibra. That's Zlatan Ibrahimovic against England. At 4, crowd silence to Garnacho. That's Garnacho's goal this weekend against Everton. Three, Immense Messi. That's Messi's goal against Getafe. 2, Ronaldo Rocket. That's Ronaldo's long-range effort against Porto. And number 1 for me is Bicycle Bale. Gareth Bale's goal in the Champions League final against Liverpool. That is a controversial list, I know. But we're in the business of controversy. And for me, and I'm just going to go through them, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, that free kick, I don't think any goalkeeper in the world saves it. and it's from about 40 yards out, and there's no wall, and there's no blocking him, and he sees it all the way, and he still gets beat. It's an unbelievable strike. Number 9, Jack Wilshere's goal. For me on here, the best team goal. Everything else is pretty individual. This one is just a magic goal from start to finish. We've got ridiculous Ramsey. That Ramsey goal against Galatasaray, nobody talks about it. Left foot volley, or half volley, into the top corner, miles out. Unbelievable strike. Derby Rooney, that's Rooney's goal against Man City. That goal was something else. In terms of the context of the game, was unbelievable. Another one that is to do with the context of the game, that's a Dan volley against Leverkusen. It was the match-winning goal for the Champions League final. And just the technique. I've really looked at these goals and thought, who else would score these goals? And a lot of these, I can only think of this player. We've got Audacious Ibra. That's a player that only he is going to try that sort of technique in a game, an international game, and unbelievable. One of the best goals we've ever seen. I've put it at 5. I think the other ones are they just tip the scale. The one I said crowd silence to Garnacho, which was Garnacho at the weekend. In my freshest memory, to see a goal just go in and just pure shock at what I've just seen. I think the Everton crowd was just couldn't believe what they've just seen. It was audacious. It was technique perfected. And I think that's where it beats Rooney's goal ever so slightly, that he does connect with it absolutely bang on. Immense Messi, number 3, that commentary, the Messi goal against Getafe, where we're really looking at a player like, wow, this guy is probably the future best player in the world. And that goal, I think, just personified Messi. Ronaldo rocket, that goal against Porto, for me, is the goal that I always look at where I think, I can't think of another player who hits it that hard, that well, on that stage. He should have passed. It was about 3 passing options, and he's 40 yards out, and he just puts his foot through it, and it flies into the top corner in a Champions League knockout game. It's not fair that he can do that. But number 1 was Bicycle Bale. Yeah, Gareth Bale in that Champions League final. I've taken into context the stage. It's the best overhead kick that I've ever seen. I know they were debating it on Sky, but I've never seen an overhead kick perfected to that degree, on that level, on that stage. Was just unbelievable. So he had to go in at number 1. So that was my list. Tell me what you think. I'll put the video out on TikTok, and I'm sure I'll get a load of abuse. Okay, guys, let's do Team of the Week. We had no Team of the Week for a couple of weeks because of the international break. It's back. Starting off in goal, we have got Mike Maignan. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Centre back, Fikayo Tomori. Other centre back, William Saliba. Theo Hernandez at left back. Kobbie Mainoo at central midfield. Alongside him, Declan Rice and Henrik Mkhitaryan. Right wing, I've gone Federico Chiesa. Left wing, I've gone Garnacho. And striker, Dusan Vlahovic. Right, okay, so in goal, Maignan, thought he had a really good game for Milan this weekend. Made a point-blank save in a big game. We also had Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Massive goal, massive occasion. Big Trent Alexander-Arnold fan I am, even as a Man United fan, but I absolutely love him. I think he's quality. Tomori, again, clean sheet for him. Really solid performance. I think it's going to be between him and Maguire, who joins John Stones in that centre-back partnership. But if you're looking at the better player, I'm looking at Tomori. I thought he's been brilliant all season, and yet another really solid performance. Alongside him, Saliba, fantastic player, fantastic centre-back, on form, the best centre-back in the league, and I'm probably going to be picking him every single week if I watch Arsenal. Theo Hernandez, match winner in the game, scored the penalty, won the penalty, kept a clean sheet as well. Probably one of the best left-backs in the world on current form. Kobbie Mainoo, the performance of the weekend for me. Of course, I'm going to say that as a Man United fan, but no, genuinely, all United fans, we know how good this guy is. And it's lovely to see that everyone else can now see it. I don't want to get too hyped on him, but he's going to be the best central midfielder in the world. Declan Rice at central midfield as well. Hard not to pick this guy when I see him play. Every single week he impresses me. He is a magnificent player, Declan Rice. And one, I will openly admit, I got wrong. Never saw the hype. Now I'm seeing it the last couple of seasons. Unbelievable player. Central midfield as well, we had Henrik Mkhitaryan. Really, really good performance from Mkhitaryan. Midfield role, he plays in that central midfield role for Inter, and a lot of the ball does come through him and Çalhanoğlu. two really lovely footballers, great passers of the ball, good carrier of the ball, Mkhitaryan. And I think even now, I think there's an argument to say he's performing at a better level than he did when he was at Man United and Arsenal, and even at Dortmund. I think he's hitting numbers, maybe not the same as Dortmund levels, but what he's doing in terms of his performance and his impact on the team, in a big league, and on the highest level, I think, yeah, Mkhitaryan, he's one of the better players in world football, and people are sleeping on him because he's not in the Premier League anymore. We had Chiesa, right wing. He was playing left wing for Juve in that massive game on the weekend against Inter, but I had to fit him in there because of Garnacho being on the other side. Garnacho had to go in there for that goal because it's breathtaking. Chiesa, unbelievable performance. Chiesa is one of my favourite players, a big player that's going to get slept on as well because he doesn't tend to score the goals that most forward players do. So you look at the wingers like Salah, you look at wingers even like Rashford in the last few years, Saka, these players that are actually scoring goals, Sane. I don't think Chiesa's got that in him to score that amount of goals, but in terms of his overall effect and his impact on the team, he's a defender's nightmare. Got the assist for the goal for Dusan Vlahovic, who I've got up front for Juve, and Vlahovic had a fantastic game as well. Lots of pressure on Vlahovic, still only 24, gets a lot of criticism, and you could see it in his celebration. Big game, big moment, and he took his chance really well. All-round phenomenal centre-forward performance from him. I thought he was brilliant. Every touch was immaculate, kept the ball well, held it up under a lot of pressure, and like I said, took his big moment and took it really, really well. Okay, that was my team of the week. We're going to do Two Lies and a Truth next. So Two Lies and a Truth is the part of the show where I come up with three stories. One of them is true, and it's a crazy story in the world of football. You already know this, everyone who listens every week. But if you haven't and you're new to this podcast, that's what it is. And don't blame me if you think this is weird or it's too weird, because the weirdest stories tend to be true. That said, here are your three stories. Story number one. Former England right back Glenn Johnson was once caught stealing toilet seats from B&Q. Story number two. AC Milan striker Noah Okafor was fined by Swiss police after it was revealed he was responsible for letting 9 fruit bats out of a local zoo. Or is it story number three? A dinosaur once scored a goal for Argentina. There's three stories. You've got to guess which one is true. I'll be revealing the answer at the end of the show. Up next is TikTok submissions, the part of the show where you can get involved and you can send me all your different things that you see throughout the week and I get to react to them, mostly animals. Oh my God. I don't think I've seen a better goal technique-wise than that submitted. Well, I get submitted a lot of Sunday League goals. Anyone who listens regularly knows. That might be the best. Let's have a look at that again. Oh my. That is special. That is a special goal. That's the best goal I've ever been submitted. There you go. Beat that. That is a new contender. I know we've had some fantastic goals, but that is unbelievable. The technique, it actually ends up top corner. I think that goal, I think it beats a goalkeeper, even if the goalkeeper's in goal. It's that good. Wow. Anyone listening, that's the exact same video, but with belting music, and now I feel uplifted.
I pull up, stuff in the kitchen, let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, a cop car, with a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, but this a clock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me.
I don't think Lewandowski's ever quite recovered from lockdown Lewandowski. Lockdown Lewandowski was pretty much Paul Breach, but slightly more normal and with a talent. But still, I wouldn't let him near my kids. I haven't got kids, but I wouldn't let him near anyone else's kids. I know we joke about it. I don't think I've ever seen a player miss as many chances, like good chances, easy chances, as Darwin Núñez. And it's weird because I don't think he's a bad player. I actually think Núñez is a good player. He's way overrated in terms of what Liverpool fans think of him. And they absolutely love him. Fair enough. Everyone loves their own players. We've all got a soft spot. Why they've got a soft spot for Darwin Núñez, I don't know. What I actually think it has done, because they took to him immediately. What I think it's done is it's helped Núñez because they were such like fanboys over him as soon as he joined. His poor performances or his misses, I think he's always had the support from the Liverpool fans. So look, a good player, a good finisher, and does score goals, does get into good positions. He's going to score goals. So when he does miss, I think having that support from your fan base immediately, I think just changes your trajectory. If he'd have come in at Man United and he'd have done what he's doing at Liverpool, he would have been absolutely rinsed. And I'm saying that because not just our fan base, I think we are a patient fan base, but I think other people's fan bases will jump on it. And if Núñez was a Man United player, I think he would have been the biggest flop ever. And I think he probably would no longer be at Man United or in the Premier League. But because the way the Liverpool fans took to him so quickly, and obviously that's the right thing to do, but they were so weird about liking him and saying he was this good. He'd never done anything. He put some average performances in, and then he started scoring, and I think since then he's been on a run. Núñez, I don't think we'll ever see a player as conflicting as Darwin Núñez. I think he is the most conflicting player because I can't work out whether he's amazing or awful.
Amazon Home Finds. This is the world's first self-extinguishing candle. 1 inch is 20 minutes, so you clamp on your desired length and it extinguishes the flame so you can leave it unattended. These are moisturizing socks. They have a gel
I'd have bought that if he hadn't had a Chelsea lighter.
lining which locks in the moisture, so when you wear them, they leave you with deliciously soft feet. This bath mat is
Don't describe feet as delicious ever.
made from stone but dries instantly. It's antibacterial, won't mold, and feels great on your feet. This gadget turns drinks from room temperature to ice cold in 30 seconds. You just add ice, then close the lid. Then when you switch it on, it spins the can without shaking it up, and it cooled it down by 25 degrees. This gadget...
Not having it. Not having it. There's no way spinning a can around ice cubes for 30 seconds cools it down that much. Not having it.
deals cards automatically, and you can customize the number of players and how many cards they get. If your cords always slip off your desk, then this cable manager is magnetic, so when you put them on, they won't fall off. This is reusable toilet paper that comes with 24 sheets, and it's machine washable, so you never waste paper.
That's not real. I was actually feeling all of these products until that. Anyone listening, do not watch this episode. Don't do it. Just so you can avoid what I've just seen on that reusable toilet paper. I nearly threw up. Oh, wow. Don't use reusable toilet paper ever.
This memory stick plugs into your phone and backs up all the photos so you don't run out of storage space. This Tupperware has a zipper on top so it doesn't need a lid, and not only does it keep your food fresh, it's safe to put in the freezer, dishwasher and microwave. This tray makes it impossible to spill anything, so you can carry your breakfast with one hand.
Hold on a second. Why would you put a reusable bag filled with vegetables in the dishwasher anyway? I was just going to breeze past that point. But since seeing the reusable toilet paper, I don't trust anything this guy says. This tray looks cool.
Pierdolę, patrzcie co spotkałem. Bóbr, kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle! Bober! Ej!
There are some animals in this world that I flat out do not believe in, and that's one of them. I've seen video evidence here, and I still don't believe it's real. That's a fluffy toy.
Bubr, kurwa! Ja pierdolę, jakie bydle!
What is it?
Bober!
What are you? You're not real. Even his eyes, look. His eyes are like the bobbly eyes, the googly eyes that you used to stick in, and everyone from Smart always had a massive amount of them, and they'd always be using them, and you'd ask your mum to buy googly eyes for no reason and pipe cleaners.
True or false? Only women get pregnant.
True.
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 Very true.
Absolutely true.
True or false? Only women get pregnant.
False. False.
False.
And what are your pronouns?
They, them.
That I would just love oversimplification.
Is that racist?
This one.
Shit!
There's a child in here. There's a child in here. Come here, come here, come here.
We've had this before. Why do people watch as things are coming towards them? The entire ocean is invading the land, and some guys go, oh, fucking ocean. And now they're in a mass panic because they're all about to drown. The entire ocean's coming towards them.
You tweeted the picture of Amanda Holden, very good friend of mine. It's a very harmless picture. She's in a bikini on holiday under a rain shower, looking extraordinarily beautiful.
In a sexual pose.
And you tweeted, you are a wife and a mother and you're far past a teenager. There's no need for this post.
Agreed.
Again, it's just misogyny.
You can't agree with your own statement. What kind of psychopath agrees with their own statement? I kind of agree with this statement. Cancel me. Right, that was a brief TikTok submissions this week. Hope you all enjoyed it. Actually, do you know what? Sometimes it's good for our listeners that we only have a few to review, because just listening to videos play and not knowing what they are must be really frustrating. Right, okay. We are coming towards the end of the show. Let's do our 2 lies and a truth answer. Just to recap on those 3 stories, we had story number 1. That was former England right back Glenn Johnson was once caught stealing toilet seats from B&Q. We had second story, AC Milan striker Noah Okafor was fined by Swiss police after it was revealed he was responsible for letting 9 fruit bats loose from a local zoo. Or was it story number 3, a dinosaur once scored a goal for Argentina? Now, anyone who doesn't normally listen probably thinks that last story cannot be true and it's impossible. But anyone who does listen regularly knows that there is a very strong likelihood that that is true. But it's not. The answer was story number 1. Former England right back Glenn Johnson was once caught stealing toilet seats from B&Q. Don't ask me how I found that out. I don't really remember, but I remember writing it down. I'm pretty sure it's true. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only footballer involved in that as well. I think there was a footballer called Ben May or something. They were caught stealing toilet seats. Right, and finally, we have the World Class 11 challenge I said about at the start of the show, where you have to create a star-studded 11 players that you could compete with on a world stage against other people's 11s. I don't think that my 11 gets beat personally. You can only choose players from one country once or from a club once, and they can't overlap. So here's my 11. I've got in goal Yashin. There's no way he's getting overlapped with any countries or clubs. He was the Russian goalkeeper. I think he won a Player of the Year. From a goalkeeper's point of view, absolutely magic and well talked about. He's the only player on this that I actually haven't seen play. At right back, we had Philip Lahm. What a right back, what a player. Unbelievable player, Philip Lahm. Had to go in there. The probably weakest link in this, I had Jose Maria Jimenez, the two-time La Liga winning centre-back. He also did probably 2 tournaments where he was really, really top level for Uruguay. I think him and Godin had a really good partnership. I probably would have put Godin if I could have, but Jimenez had to go in there. Now the rest of the team is magnificent. Vincent Kompany at centre-back. Left-back, Paolo Maldini. In central midfield, I've gone Kante, Gerrard and Bergkamp. And then I've gone Messi, Pele, Ronaldo. There's my 11. Yashin, Lahm, Jimenez, Kompany, Maldini, Kante, Gerrard, Bergkamp, Messi, Pele, Ronaldo. That's CR7 Ronaldo. Beat that 11 if you can. It took me 2 days to get there. Right, okay, let me know what changes you would make in that team. I'm going to pop a video up as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. We are on YouTube. Please go ahead. I know you all listen, but this is my plea to you. YouTube has been blocking us for the last probably 8 episodes, and it's been really tough. So anyone who is trying to watch it, you literally have to go onto our channel, find the video, or search the episode name as well. So it's very difficult. So anyone who does make it, please throw a like on there. It really helps us as well. I'm going to leave you this week with something to help all of you. If you are looking to avoid embarrassment when talking football in front of your friends, this video is for you. It's a video of Premier League players telling you how to pronounce their names. Enjoy.
Dominik Szoboszlai,
Joško Gvardiol,
Rasmus Højlund,
Dejan Kulusevski,
Mykhailo Mudryk,
Bruno Guimarães,
Brian Bumo,
Facundo Buonanotte,
Anel Ahmedhodzic,
Sasha Kalajdzic,
Kevin De Bruyne,
Bruno Miguel Borges Fernandes,
Nayev Aguerd,
Stefan Bajcetic,
Ilya Zabarny,
Femi Siriki,
João Palhinha,
Chidoze Obene,
Jakub Kiwior,
Gili Buyabu,
Sankar Mitoma,
Moni Madueke,
Kevin Shade,
Beni Hadma Traore,
Thiago Alcántara, Alejandro Garnacho,
Fabian Schär,
Musa Nyakate,
Tomasz Souček,
Kevin Kelleher.
My name is Yasser Laroussi.
Issa Kabore,
Facundo Pelistri,
Bart Verbruggen,
Yehor Yarmouk,
Antoni Iraola,
Pep Guardiola.